Goed, so ek is nou op pad na die Dome toe. Ja, die naweek het aangebreek. Dis hierdie naweek, die wedrennommer. So ek my nommer gaan optel en ook my reisstek, reischip, want hulle sê sonder dit mag ek nie ry nie. Dit is wat jy weet, as ek oor die sekere mat gaan ry in die wedren, gaan hy my tyd neem, my amptelike tyd aan die einde van die wedren gee. So ja, ek is nou op pad om dit op te tel. En die lekker ding is, Cycle Lab het nou ook laat weet dat ek gaan gesels met 'n Nieu-Seelandse professionele fietsryer. Haar naam is Joanne Kiesanowski en sy ry vir Team Tibco. Hulle is in Suid-Afrika om deel te neem aan die Telkom 947. So ek gaan 'n bietjie met haar gesels, nie net oor die 947 nie, maar ook oor vroue in fietsry en die professionele era. Jy weet, wat moet daar nog gedoen word en dies meer. So ek is amper by die Dome en nou ja, dan gaan ek my nommer optel. Joanne, thanks for the time. Welcome to South Africa and Team Tibco as well. Tell us about the team with the race coming up the weekend, 94.7.
Yeah, we've got 4 of us here and we're from all over actually. We've got Catherine from Germany, I'm from New Zealand but I do live in the States mostly now, and then Bree from Portland, and then Kendall from LA. So yeah, we've got a good mix of people, and yeah, we'll be looking to get on the podium. That's our goal.
The South African race, 947, why is that an important race for you guys on the calendar as an elite side?
Well, it's just great to, I mean, last year we came and it was the very first UCI race for women in Africa, so that was just incredible to be a part of the very first one. And so they invited us back for the second time, and so we were like, sure, you know, what a great opportunity. And yeah, we just had so much fun last year and meeting everybody. Everybody was so friendly. And now we've, you know, got the opportunity to do some sponsor events with Tibco, our major sponsor here. So, you know, Tibco has an office here in South Africa, here in Joburg. So we put together this with this booth here, and yeah, we've had a lot of people coming through and trying to do their best for 30 seconds, so it's a cool test.
As far as preparation for 947 goes, and also staying in preparation as an elite rider, with all the girls being from different parts of the world, yourself being New Zealand, and then training in the States as well, how does the training routine work? How do you integrate so that everyone trains on the same kind of level?
Well, it's a good question because we only really come together for races. We do have training camps, you know, every now and then, and so we'll have a training camp for the beginning of the season, but that's not usually until February. So this is really our off season right now. So a lot of us have had, you know, a big break, and so aren't exactly, you know, super fit right now. So it'll be, you know, it was hard last year coming, you know, and doing the race because, you know, there's some really fit people here in Africa. You know, it's summertime and they're, you know, they're really fit. So so it's a little different for us. You know, I've just been training in Seattle and you know, training in the pouring rain and sometimes 10 degrees, you know, so to be here today when it was like 28 degrees and sunshine, you know, it's a little bit of a shock, but no, it'll still be good. We've been able to train for a few weeks because we knew that we were coming here a few weeks ago, so yeah, we definitely got out on our bikes and we're like, okay, we've got a race coming up.
I'm very new to this. I mean, I've only been training for 4 months. I've done more than 1,000 Ks already, which I'm very proud of, by the way. But on a regular basis, when you're training as an elite cyclist, if you take a 12-month cycle, how much training would you put in, or do you not count kilometers anymore?
I don't really count kilometers anymore, no. I do more of mine on hours, so, you know, hours on the bike, because it's so dependent on the terrain, you know, and the wind, and then if you're riding with other people or if you're riding alone. So, you know, you can, do a lot less Ks sometimes if you're by yourself, or, you know, a lot more Ks if you're in a group. So I tend to just, you know, train by hours. So it depends, you know, like a decent week for me would be 20 hours, maybe up to 25 hours. But any more than that, then I might start to see some, you know, some signs of some really big fatigue. But yeah, anywhere from 20 to 25, and then, you know, sometimes I'm only doing 10 or 15 hours as well, depending on the intensity of it. So, you know, it's not about sometimes, you know, like the distances, it's about how intense and, you know, the different intervals that you might do.
As far as female cycling is concerned, in South Africa there seems to be a bloom about that, but the rest of the world, especially the top class, the elite that you're riding in, how does that compare to the men's sections?
I mean, women's cycling still definitely has to grow, but, you know, having these races all over the world, you know, is just huge for women's cycling. So, like I said, last year was the very first year, you know, all time that we'd ever had a UCI, you know, race for women in Africa. So just being able to bring, you know, women's cycling on an international level to, you know, all over the world is, you know, just growing it so much. And I personally was just so impressed with how many, you know, people we had from all different countries from all over Africa competing, you know, last year. So that was really cool to see, and just, you know, hopefully it'll just continue to grow from there. And, you know, we've got the Women's World Tour now, so that's also a really big, you know, big push for women's cycling that they've done. And, you know, now we have a lot of the same races as the men, and, you know, so people are seeing us race, you know, alongside the men, or, you know, we'll finish an hour before the men on the same course, you know, so things like, you know, Tour of Flanders and Amstel Gold, you know, those big races, Flesh Wallone, you know, now we're doing those as well.
Is something like the Olympic Games, does that also contribute to awareness and spreading the word around females around the world that, you know, cycling is a massive sport around the globe?
Yeah, I mean, we've had, you know, road race at the Olympics and track racing, you know, for many years now, but I think especially in the last couple of Olympic Games, you know, we've had some really exciting road races for the Olympics, so it's just, yeah, it has brought it onto a, you know, a massive global scale where people are like, whoa, you know, these girls can race, you know, like the men, and, you know, sometimes it's even more exciting. So just because we don't race the same long distances as the men, I think sometimes that actually makes it more exciting, because there's a lot more going on, you know, like we race maybe 140 Ks as opposed to 240 Ks, but, you know, maybe the same thing's going to happen, you know. So it's, you know, it makes it a little bit more exciting that we're racing from the gun sometimes, you know, we're just attacking right away.
Have you checked out the rest of the scene that you will be racing against this weekend, and have you spotted any possible competitors to watch out for?
I actually don't, because we literally arrived late last night, so it'll be a bit of a whirlwind trip. So I don't know all the other teams that are racing here just yet. So yeah, but I mean, last year we had some, you know, some European teams come, and we were the only American team, so that was, you know, nice to be the only American team. You know, it's kind of special. So yeah, but I've definitely seen some other European teams here, as well as, like I said, all the African teams, you know, that are really competitive at this time of year as well. So I'm sure it'll be a good field.
Is this your bike over here?
Yes, this is my beautiful
Okay. Lovely. Please tell me about this and the you know, the group set and the wheel set that you have on here.
Yeah, well, we're sponsored by Shimano, so this one here has Shimano Durace on it. And, you know, we have custom Reynolds Aero 46 wheels, so they're pretty sweet with the custom paint job, all matchy, you know. And yeah, this is our Fuji team bike, and I'm riding the Supreme, which is a woman-specific frame. But we could actually choose between the Transonic, the Supreme, and the SL. So we had the choice of 3 different bikes. So I went with the woman-specific one. It seemed to fit me pretty well, and yeah, we've been on Fuji this is our 4th year, so they've been a great sponsor of us, and yeah, we're going forward with them again next year as well.
As it stands here, what is the legal weight that you're allowed, even with the filled bottles? So
I don't even know. I think it's 6.8 kgs. I think it's 6.78 kgs, something like that is the official, you know, limit. So yeah, I mean, this is right around that with the race wheels on and no water bottles and all that.
Joanne, thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the weekend.
Thank
and hope you get some rest in tonight as well,
yeah,
after the long trip. But thanks for the time.
Thank you.